Hey race fans, NASCAR LL here with your recap from the Bojangles Southern 500, a Labor Day tradition. Ever since it came back to Labor Day weekend last year, it's been nothing but excitement and throwback tradition with throwback schemes and throwback announcers. But enough about that. That's two big races of the year won by the 78 team and Barney Vitster with Furniture Racing and Martin Truex Jr. as he captured the Bojangles Southern 500 last night in the Autos Owners Insurance Toyota, dedicating to its 100-year anniversary, which is kind of a throwback scheme. Truex didn't really have the dominant car. He had a top 10 car most of the night, but track position was able to get him up to the front, and he was able to secure his second win of the season as he beat Kevin Harvick, who was the dominant car of the night, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, and Joey Logano. Kevin Harvick had the fast car, but once again, his pit crew messed up big time. We've seen this problem before, 2014, 2015, and this year. We've seen it this year a lot with Kevin Harvick. He has fast cars. He just doesn't have the pit crew, and I don't blame him. I mean, I think I'd be upset with my pit crew if I was Kevin Harvick. The first thing they need to do because the race is 2 weeks away, they need to work harder than they ever have before. If they are going to win their second championship, they need to execute perfectly. They absolutely blew Kevin Harvick the race last night, making so many mistakes, which cost them the lead. They honestly had the car to beat. And unfortunately, the pit crew cost them. You can't blame the driver. You have to blame the pit crew. The pit crew needs to work harder. I mean, in 2011, at Richmond, Martin Truex Jr. was mad at his pit crew for costing him a chance to win. He said, "You're all fired, every one of you." And I didn't want to say that language out there for the kids that are watching this. So Harvick needs to work better with his pit crew. And in the meantime, Chase Elliott finished 10th place in his second Southern 500. It was a good night. We were in the top 5 most of the night. I felt like we had a chance to win. We fell back, but a top 10 still a good run. Although we're 24 points above the cut line going into Richmond, the last race made to Chase, so we need to have a solid night this coming Saturday. So I'm proud of the effort, but I'd like to get a win this Saturday. It'd be fun. If not, just a top 5, top 10 run, and we could be in the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. And my other guy, Jeff Gordon, who's substituting for Dale Earnhardt Jr., who, by the way, will not return for the rest of the 2016 season. He attended the media on this weekend, early Sunday morning, and said, I'm feeling much better, but I don't feel better enough to be in a car right now, and his health is more important, so hopefully we'll see him next year for Daytona Speed Weeks and the Daytona 500. Best of wishes to you, Dale. We're all with you, and we miss you, and we'll hopefully see you next year back in the car, and we'll see you stronger than ever before. Gordon got a lap down at a couple laps early in the race, and he was able to rebound from 14th, so it's not a bad night. And he'll run a few more races later this year at Richmond and the weekend at Dover, where I'm going to be, and I have special tickets for that. I'll explain when I do Fun Fact Friday that weekend going into Dover. And he's going to run Martinsville, which I think was the best. I think he's going to enjoy that race because he is the king of Martinsville. He won that race last year and got himself all the way to the championship at Homestead. So that's a good race for Jeff Gordon. A couple of other good runs. Casey Kane finished in the 7th position, which is a great night, but he has to go to Richmond and win. And Ryan Newman, he finished 8th. It's a solid run, but unfortunately, after the race, he and last week's winner Kyle Larson were hit with a penalty for failing post-race inspection. So we haven't gotten official confirmation on how much he's going to be fined and how many points he's going to lose, but that could be costly because he's below the cut line going into Richmond, and he might lose a couple points behind Jamie McMurray. So he needs to win at Richmond, hope Jamie McMurray has a problem, or hope Chris Buescher, who's ahead of them, has a problem, falls outside the top 30 and lets David Reagan move in front of him. The racing was pretty clean early on in the race, and then towards the end it got a little exciting with a lot of wrecks and everything, and guys like Jimmy Johnson and Trevor Bayne. And Tony Stewart in his final Southern 500 and a throwback to Bobby Allison's Coca-Cola scheme unfortunately blew up, so Tony will never capture a Southern 500. But, he's in the chase, and he's going to go to Richmond and have a solid run there to get ready for Chicagoland the rest of the season. I hope Tony can make it to the Final Four. The throwback schemes were absolutely beautiful. The announcers did a good job, and it was fun to see Ken Squire, Ned Jarrett, and his son Dale Jarrett broadcast part of the race on last night and on NBC. They did a good job, and Rick Allen, Jeff Burton, Steve Letarte, Chris Devoda, Kyle Petty, Dale Jarrett, when he was dressed in like their 70s old groovy looking uniforms, they look groovy and a little goofy too. Well, hopefully everybody has a great Labor Day today, and I will be doing Fun Fact Friday this Friday on Richmond, and early Saturday I'm going to do a special show on who's going to make the chase and who's not. So in the meantime, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, put a good Eagle like on this video if you enjoyed it. Have a nice Labor Day week, everybody, and see you Friday.